Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Live with Roger Hanson. Today, the topic is on conspiracy, and thank you for reminding me what the topic was today, Karma. Karma's here with me. You want to say hi?
Hi everyone.
Okay, so Karma mentioned it to me, and we were having a conversation on it. It was about the Royal Society. Um, and this is a really a good topic too, because it covers what was called at one time the Invisible College. I don't know if you're aware of any of that.
No, I didn't know about the invisible college part. Of course, as you speaking, looking it up now. But
Um, there's also another secret society that a lot of people aren't aware of. It's called the Rosicrucian.
no, I heard of that. I have heard of that before. Um, they were actually in The Ring of Power, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been another documentary I was watching. Rosicrucian. Yeah. Yes.
That's really Rosicrucian is taking education back. Like this is something that Mark really should be on, because I don't think he understands how brainwashed he is.
Oh my goodness. I saw, okay, so listen, what is that about? Did you see in the chat he was talking about, what was it, the seg or something, the seg? And then someone else comes in and he's like, hey, they're really, he didn't call him a cult. He said, hold on, because this guy is cool. He says he writes, the sec, yeah, is a terrorist group. And and he was talking about, he's talking about the Securities and Exchange Commission, yeah. Oh yeah, that's because they were talking about them attempting to regulate cryptocurrency. So I was just wondering, are you talking about as it reference to that? But
No, you're talking about you're talking about freaking the cryptocurrency and
yeah,
stuff.
he's talking about the regulations, and that's why that guy said that it was.
Yeah. It's
The
true.
people that love crypto will forever die by
Everything
the
he's
fact it's legit.
everything he said is true. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the freaking regulations and stuff. And yeah, I posted that thing about library, and they're going through lawsuits and stuff now. So,
Mhm.
but with the Rosicrucian, okay, the Rosicrucian is like all these rituals that we do for freaking college, or not college, but for high school students and people in school who have to pass a grade in order to freaking, make it to the next grade. All that was set up because of the Rosicrucian. And like on graduation, when they make you wear that funny hat, and you have to walk down the aisle a certain way.
And have the tassel on a certain side. All of that is ritualistic.
It's all ritualistic, and it was created by the Rosicrucian.
See, I didn't know that. So no, and I was mistaken. Rosicrucian wasn't the word that I thought I was familiar with, or the organization that I. So yeah, look, it is Rosicrucian Order, Miami Lives. We have right here. We have one right. I know. I just seen it. I have. We have one right here in Kissimmee, like literally right where I stay. Like in Orlando. I guess this is Orlando.
Now, understand too, okay, the Rosicrucian of today isn't the same sect that was active back in the 1700s. They actually, within the last century, they had like a revival. So they got basically the same ideas, but it's not the same group.
Okay, but listen, why would you even think about doing something that would ultimately could have an adverse effect? Like, why would you like to parallel your morals or your ideologies with something that's already questionable in regards to ethics? Like, that's not really making too much sense, because I hear how you're saying, like, well, they're not the same, but like, why not start a new organization then? Why even piggyback off of something that's already kind of questionable if you're attempting to be quote unquote different? That's a pretty fish. Why would you even do that?
Well, you have the article in front of you, right?
Well, it's not. Hold on 1 second. You're talking about the Wikipedia? Yeah, I mean,
go ahead and read like the introduction. And
okie dokie. Should I put it on the thing or no? We're good. Because I can't. I'm on my iPad because it's bigger.
You can just read it.
Okie dokie. Rosicrucianism. Rosicrucianism. Rosicrucianism is a spiritual and cultural movement that arose in Europe in the early 17th century after the publication of several texts announcing to the world a new esoteric order. Rosicrucianism is symbolized by the Rosy Cross or Rose Cross. Look, I have that picture in my notes. Between 60, and I didn't know why I had it. That was the Temple of the Rose. Between 1610 and 1615, 2 anonymous manifestos appeared in Germany and soon after were published throughout Europe. The Fama Fraternalis Rosicruci, the Fame of the Brotherhood of the Rosy Cross, and published as Cassel in 1614, though it had been circulated in manuscript among German occultists since about 1610. Johannes Valentinus Andrea has been considered the possible author of the work. A literal reading narrates the travels and education of Father Brother CRC and his founding of a secret brotherhood of similarly prepared men. Names, numbers, and others details have Kabbalistic allusions in which the cognoscenti of the era were well versed. I like that. The Confessio Fraternalist, the Confessions of the Brotherhood of RC, published in Frankfurt in 1615, responded to confusions and criticisms and elaborated the matter further. That was the first paragraph. Okie dokie. So would you like more or no?
Now the Brotherhood of the Rosy Cross. Now you said you have that rose symbol.
Yeah.
Now you need to understand what that rose represents.
And there are 2 different ones. Can we get? I'm gonna screen share. Go ahead, I'm listening. But because there's 2 different symbols, the Luther cross, and then there's this one up here.
The Rosy Cross is the original. The Luther cross was adopted. Now, the original Rosicrucian believed in freaking secrets. Okay, so like you know how when you're sitting in your front room and you got that trim sitting up on the top of your freaking house with the flowers or whatever decoration you have on it.
You mean like the top, the wallpaper?
Yeah.
Like it would look like wallpaper. Yeah, but not at this one. But yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, now that tradition was started because of Rosicrucian.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
How and why?
The Royals, the Catholic Church also did it in confessionals. Different organizations did it, and what it was is when they put this rose up on those that trim, and it ran across like that. The trim actually freaking was a representation to everybody that when you went into that room, everything that freaking was discussed in that room or anything that happened in that room stayed a secret. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's why they did it. Because like there was one point in time that they went mad, man. They went super crazy just so that we could be able to find my mom particularly. She had to have a trim around the family room, and it was a big deal, and it was such trash. It looked like trash, but she made a big deal about having this trim in the family room. That's wild. Are you serious? And in a dining room.
It bred it into people's minds into thinking she's apparently not a member of the Rosy Cross. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that.
She's not. But my great grandmother was the Eastern Star. My mom pretended to not practice, but then I later found out she sacrificed my grandmother. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just keep moving forward. But I mean, just throw that in there and just keep on booking. But
okay, now all I'm saying is like it was and it's everybody. Okay, it's just like graduating high school. Okay, nobody thinks about that.
No.
You know what I mean?
They just do it because that's what they're used to and that's what they're told is necessary to be done.
You know, and it's just like they put this trim up around their house and they don't understand what that represents.
And see how this rose is different. See, it's different on here. This is what I was saying. This is the Luther rose.
Yeah.
And then this one is the Temple of the Rose.
Yeah. All of the crosses that came in later with Luther.
Look at this though. Look at this right here. This guy
1604, you see that?
Yeah. And what is his name? Vedamini. Okay. Oh, the guy's name that was Tesla's nemesis. Why did you go up there? I didn't want you there. Whatever. Just stop being the name. His name was Guglielmo Marconi. I can be saying the first name incorrectly, but his last name was Marconi. And he took credit for a vast majority of Tesla's research, and they gave him credit for introduction of the radio, for creation of the radio. And now I'm not going to go to look at this.
Marconi was very... There's a lot of things about Marconi that really does need to be discussed, especially here with the Rosy Cross, because like the first person who was the well, I should probably wait and
we'll do that under.
Well, no, it's the other day when I was talking about people with the Royal Society having copyright issues, like there was arguments over who invented what. Okay. And later on I could get into it. I was just going over like the Rosicrucian first, and then
I just wanted to tell you that name. We don't see it. They don't even give you an etymology.
Marconi is a good example of what I was talking about.
That's wild. They won't even let you do etymology for this word. Okay, so I looked up Vedamini next to the 1604, and it's saying that okay, where did it go? Oh, it translates in the second one: may you be seen, may you be perceived, may you be looked at. And that's what I just saw something that said, do you see him coming? Now it's gone. Hold on. Okay, I see, perceive, look, I observe, note, I understand, perceive, comprehend. Ole fermo.
And see, the Rosicrucian was about knowledge, and only a certain amount of members were allowed. Like they didn't just open it up, you know. Now, like scroll up real quick, just a little bit, focus into him. Scroll up some.
Okay.
You see that wrapped around him?
Yeah, the snake thingy.
Kind of scroll up and focus, because you're like looking at the guys at the top.
Where are you looking at? That's what I thought I was talking about.
Yeah, the same guy. Go in on him.
Hold on. Is it there?
No.
My screen is just
kind of go up just a little bit. Not down, up.
Well, it's up to you. I'm pushing.
Okay, right there. That's good. So you see right here this serpent. It's wrapped around him.
Yeah, and it looks like it has a crown on its head. Yeah.
It has a crown on its head. Now, understand that frickin' the reptile has always been important when it comes.
Is that a baby?
Where's a baby?
Look in his arms. You see the snake? And then look at that. That's a baby. Or a monkey.
Could be.
That looks like a kid. Look. You see the snake? Yes. Look at it. It's looking at us. You see what I mean, though?
It's kind of blurry, but it looks like it could be a baby. Right there, you can see his head.
Yes. Like what? Okay. Describe what it would be.
Everything in this picture is a representation. Just so you know. It represents something. This is about symbolism and standards, what I was explaining to you before. Okay. everything is related in this picture to a symbol, a standard, their beliefs. That reptile that's circling around his body is directly related to the freaking medicine
Mm-hmm.
standard.
The Caduceus or Caduceus, what's it called? Caduceus. I had to read it, and I was looking at this Valda Vidi Mini. I was still looking at this. Do you understand that there's hardly any information on this word? Like just searching the word, I can usually pull up at least tons of stuff in regards. So it'll show me the Rose Church.
Now that's probably Latin. I don't know. You got the page. Does it say it's Latin?
Yeah, it does. It says, what does it mean in Latin? And it says that it is Latin. But so what? When I type the etymology, if it's from Latin, it should tell me. And when I search etymology, it says no results.
People hate Latin.
Yet here our entire English language comes and derives from Latin words.
All of the freaking real texts that are historical is usually done in Latin.
Yep.
But most people hate freaking Latin. They just don't want anything to do with it. Now,
what about the top?
Now you seen the reptiles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now see these wings right here
at the top.
Yeah.
Hold on, because I can't look at you and the.
Don't worry about me. You just look at your picture.
Okay.
You see the wings that are coming up off the top right there?
Yeah, and there's a hand coming down from out of it. Or are you talking about the wings coming up from the chapel? Because there looks like okay, I see and look at the top, that looks like the shin. Hold on, I have that alphabet, those letters. Hold on, go ahead, I'm listening to you too, but it's just all happening at one time.
So now you have the reptile wrapped around him, and then you have these freaking wings right here. This is another important representation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the ancient days, people freaking venerated the eagle, and they venerated freaking reptile, the snake. As a matter of fact, there's a freaking lore that's written about the snake and the reptile, and later on I can read that. Maybe in ancient history, when we do that topic, I'll talk about that. But it's been passed down. The Gnostics have a symbol where there's a creature with a freaking like different amounts of heads, and his main face is that of a freaking a lion. He has wings, and then he's completely wrapped around by a freaking snake or reptile.
Look at this guy over here falling. I'm tripping about the letters at the top. See, you see the cloud
see right here? See that guy right there at the side? He's falling right now. If you look at him, he's got wings. So he might not be falling. He might be flying. But his wings, maybe that's a reference to what's his face, one that flew too close to the sun.
The one with is that Cupid? No, that's not Cupid. I'm not sure. The one with the wings on the shoes, you mean? Or his feet or something like that. But I don't know.
His son and him were stranded on an island. That's Freighter. Hold up, go up. It says.
Yeah, Freighter. I see it right there. Freighter.
And what's that one underneath say?
Nortino, but see, it's like it's N-O-R-T, then it's like N-O, Nortno. Okay, but look, can you look at this part right here at the top? You see these letters? These Jewish, this is the alphabet, Hebrew alphabet.
That's the fraternity.
And then that word means he. So that first symbol right there means he. And then that second symbol, see, that's a different one. We got this one here, final shaft. Final shaft, is it that one or is it the D? Date, D-A-I-T. I'm about to zoom in. There it is. Okie dokie. So yeah, Dalet. So we have he. Is that the Dalet? But no. See, if it's the Dalet, it should have something underneath it. I would think it would be the final shaft. Because the final shaft does not have something underneath it, which would make sense. Which is CH, and then it's the same letter H. He, H, CH, H. No, that doesn't make sense. So HD. HDH. What would HDH stand for? Here's the symbol. No, there's no dot in it, but there's none with this T, that Zion. See, that letter right there is underneath it on here, but Zayin. But it is, or maybe it's this Resh. Maybe it's RH. This is definitely an H. I know that's the H in the Hebrew alphabet. That's the H. And then this letter in the middle is the one I'm having a bit of confusion because I'm looking at it. It could be Resh, but it's not. Resh is R, but it doesn't.
Sorry about that. I drank my coffee went down the wrong way.
That's the worst feeling. It's like, oh my goodness, can I breathe? Give me a second to breathe.
Now, those words that go directly above, if you notice, out of the
Orions, Oriens.
Yeah. Now you look up above. There's the wing symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the cloud underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
You got those words right there, and then a hand that comes out of the cloud,
and it's holding the whole chapel.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that? Do you think is in his hand? It's not a handkerchief. What is that?
That's the mystery. That's the reason why everything is about symbols. They don't want everybody to know. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you got a new mystery. And if you look over here, that goose.
Yes, I thought it was a swan. Yes, this thing here.
Swan. It could be a swan.
Let me see what it means. What's the letters?
Vidia Mini.
V. Is that an I or an L? That's an L. Are you sure it's an I? No, it is an I, right? VI. Is that the same word? So it's the same word twice? Hold on.
Yeah, that's the same. Is that the same word?
Yeah, but now it's upside down. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I see.
Look at that. It is the same word too. VIDEA. Yup. MINI. And
no,
initials.
I was talking about eagle. Okay, but the way their traditions are, it might not be eagle. Just as long as the wings are represented. No, that swan could be their representation for the bird.
Or it'd be a hawk, like Toph, like, because the hawks are really symbolic. Because, like, if you look at the type of wings they look like hawk wings. Hawk wings. Harvard, no. I wish.
Better say Harvard in your search result.
Yes.
That's probably true.
And see, look at those wings. Oh man, hold on, wait a minute. They might not. Let me see. So they could be. Let me see eagle. Let me see eagle wings. Eagle. We'll find out what kind of wings they are right now. Eagle wings. And no. Oh, look at the eyes on the eagle wings. No, there's eyes on the eagle's wings. But no, that's not it either. They're too thin. Let me see the swan then. Swan wings. Goose wings. Yeah, we're getting closer. It is one of those seabirds. Goose.
Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to read what I got here for the Invisible School or College.
Okay, I'm gonna unshare so you can share.
No, just keep it on there.
Okie dokie, cool.
Okay, the Invisible College has been described as a precursor group of the Royal Society of London, consisting of a number of natural philosophers around Robert Boyle. Now, Robert Boyle is the guy I was talking about who
heard of him.
He caused a lot of controversy among researchers and scientists when the Royal Society started. So Now, the concept of invisible college is mentioned in German Rosicrucian pamphlets in the early 17th century. Ben Jonson in England referenced the idea relating in meaning of Francis Bacon's House of Solomon in a mosque, the Fortunate Isles and Their Union, and Their is Their, from 1624 to 1625. The term accrued currency in the exchanges of correspondence with the Republic of Letters. In letters dated 1646 and 1647, Boyle refers to our invisible college or our philosophical college. The Society's common theme was to acquire knowledge through experimental investigation. 3 dated letters are the basic documentary evidence. Boyle sent them to Isaac Marcombs, Boyle's former tutor and a Huguenot, who was then in Geneva. Francis Talents, who at that point was a fellow Magdalene College, was a fellow of Magdalene College, Cambridge, and London-based Samuel Hartlett. The Royal Society started from groups of physicians and natural philosophers, meeting at a variety of locations, including Gresham College in London. They were influenced by the new science, as promoted by Francis Bacon in his New Atlantis, from approximately 1645 onward. A group known as Philosophical Society of Oxford was run under a set of rules still retained by the Bodleian Library after the English Restoration. There were regular meetings at Gresham College. It is widely held that these groups were the inspiration for the foundation of the Royal Society. Another view of the founding held at the time was that it was due to the influence of French scientists and the Montemor Academy in 1657, reports of which were sent back to England by English scientists attending. This view was held by John Baptiste du Hamel, Giovanni Domenico Cassini, Bernard Lebevier de Fontenelle, and Melchizedek Thevenot at the time, and has some grounding in that Henry Oldenburg, the Society's first secretary, had attended the Montemor Academy meeting. Robert Hooke, however, disputed this, writing that Cassini makes then Mr. Oldenburg to have been the instrument who inspired the English with a desire to imitate the French in having philosophical clubs or meetings, and that this was the occasion of founding the Royal Society and making French first. I will not say that Mr. Oldenburg did rather inspire the French to follow the English, or at least did help and hinder us. But 'tis well known who were the principal men that began and promoted the design both in this city and in Oxford, and that a long while before Mr. Oldenburg came into England, and not only these philosophical meetings were before Mr. Oldenburg came from Paris, but the society itself was began before he came hither. And those who then knew Mr. Oldenburg understood well enough how little he himself knew of philosophic matter. On 28 November 1660, which is considered the official foundation date of the Royal Society, a meeting at Gresham College of 12 natural philosophers decided to commence a college for the promoting of physico-mathematical experimental learning. Among those founders were Christopher Wren, Robert Boyle, John Wilkins, William Broker, and Robert Murray. At the second meeting, Sir Robert Murray announced that the king approved of the gathering, and the royal charter was signed on 15 July 1662, which created the Royal Society of London, with Lord Barker serving as the first president. A second royal charter was signed on 23rd April 1663 with the king noted as the founder, and with the name of the Royal Society of London for the improvement of natural knowledge. Robert Hooke was appointed the curator of experiments in November. This initial royal favor has continued, and since then every monarch has been the patron of the society. Now Robert Hooke was the curator of experiments, and what that meant was all of these inventors and all of these scientists would send their papers to him, all of their experiments, and it was his job to freaking test them and find out if they were actually scientific and they worked. So when they did this, there was a lot of accusations that he stole their scientific
research.
Yeah. And he even bumped heads with freaking what's his face, Isaac Newton.
What?
Yeah, Isaac Newton.
This Robert Boyle guy did?
Yeah. It was suspected that Isaac Newton stole the only painting or picture that Robert Hooke had in it, because it just vanished in all of his papers.
That's crazy. All that intellect and still the pettiness.
Yeah. And Robert Hooke, he didn't understand the math. You know what I mean? He was pragmatic, I guess you could say. He did his research without math, and a lot of the scientists back then were moving towards the direction that Isaac Newton was going, where they were using math and stuff like that. So he had the math behind him. So a lot of that stuff was actually given credit to him. So
to Septentrional. Okay, so I have. Look, and then when I look it up with the I, it keeps bringing it back to the E. First, you see, I saw something that says that this is the German, originally established in Germany. You see these boats? This boat thing? Is that not like similar to the boat that you showed me the other day? Does that not look like it? Look at it. It's minus the house on top. Or maybe the house is behind it. But you see that boat thingy right here, right? And then this Septentrional thing. It says that they operate in Nevada and is a designer and manufacturer of high-end multi-frequency GNSS receivers. And that to me,
you also have to remember that could also be Noah's Ark.
Yes. I see what you're saying.
Be a representation of Noah's Ark, which I didn't even notice that until you brought it out.
It looks just like those pictures. I would like to know why they're upside down, like they're opposite. And goose, snakes eat mongoose, or mongoose eat snakes. The mongoose eat the snake. That's a mongoose, and that's a snake. Mongoose. And now we got to see why is it upside down. Mm-hmm.
There's just so much going on in there. It's amazing.
It is, and it's almost like that's a mongoose. I thought a mongoose was like a different form of a mongoose. It's just wild. These things don't even have wings. No, it's not a mongoose. So just a regular goose. But what eats what? A snake eats? Does a snake? Yeah, a mongoose would eat the snake. No, goose eat lettuce, so the snake would eat it. But why is it upside down? Then it looks like it would be the North Star, but then there's two of them. And so is it paralleling? Even that symbol in the middle under Collegium Fraternius, I guess it means college fraternity. Even that symbol in the middle that goes across the string, like you have these people pulling a thing. Oh, this is my research from yesterday. You see, I have like in all my tabs. And so,
Now, the Society's early meeting included experiments performed first by Hooke and then by Dennis Papin, who was appointed in 1864. These experiments varied in their subject area and were both important in some cases and trivial in others. The Society also published an English translation of essays of natural experiments made in the Accademia del Cremento under the protection of the most serene Prince Leopold of Tuscany in 1864. An Italian book documenting experiments at the Accademia del Cimento. Although meetings at Gresham College, the Society temporarily moved to Arundel House in 1666 after the Great Fire of London, which, by the way, I'd like to mention Robert Hooke was the one who redesigned breaking the city of London after the Great Fire of London.
Royal University of Meredith. So I was just looking at this right word right here, and it says Meredith. I put all those words in the beginning, and it pulls up for me Royal University of Meredith instead of anything else.
And that's the way a lot of the Royal Society's colleges did it. They'd always put the Royal this or the Royal that.
And that's what it means. Okay, Society for Creative Anarchism. Mm-hmm.
I doubt it. That's anarchism. I don't think so.
ANACHRONISM.
This would be probably the opposite of the anarchist.
Anachronism. Anachronism. And it has the same. Oh, it has this one.
Does it have the A symbol?
It has a crown. I'm about to
pull up that word.
Yeah, I'm gonna airdrop it to my phone first so you can see what I'm talking about, because I'm looking at it on the iPad, just because, like I said, it's bigger, and so it'll bring us to it. And then you see the symbol, and then Society for Creative. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you see creative anachronism. What is that?
Anachronism.
Okay, so that was the word I was attempting to read. And look, it won't let me go any further. That's bio. Newcomers, royalties, and offer. See on my... Okay, here it is. The royal family. For both sovereign.
Yeah. They're showing all their symbols and everything, aren't they?
Yeah, the sovereigns of Meredith, and the heirs of Meredith. You probably want sovereigns. Royal.
Now,
These are the pairs.
I've got one more paragraph, and I'll finish it and be done with this reading.
Okay.
It's this is all about founding of the secret college. So after this, I'll have it taken care of. Although meeting at Gresham College, the society temporarily moved to Earldon House, and in 1666, after the Great Fire of London, which did not harm Gresham, but did lead to its appropriation by the Lord Mayor. The society returned to Gresham in 1673. There had been an attempt in 1667 to establish a permanent college for the society. Michael Hunter argues that this was influenced by Solomon's House, in Bacon's New Atlantis, and to a lesser extent by J.B. Andreas, Christianopolis, dedicated research institutes, rather than the College of Oxford and Cambridge. Since the founders only intended for the society to act as a location for research and discussion. The first proposal was given by John Evelyn to Robert Boyle in a letter dated September the 3rd, 1659. He suggested a grander scheme with apartments for members and a central research institute. Similar schemes were expounded by Benckskite, a later Abraham Cowley, who wrote in his proposition for the advancement of experimental philosophy in 1661 of a philosophical college that houses a library and a chapel. The society's ideas were simpler and only included residence for a handful of staff, but Hunter maintains an influence from Cowley and Skite's ideas. Henry Oldenburg and Thomas Sprat put forward plans in 1667 to Oldenburg's co-secretary John Wilkins. Moved in a council meeting in September the 30th, 1667, to appoint a committee for raising contributions among the members of the society in order to build a college. These plans were progressing by November of 1667, but never came to anything, given the lack of contributions from members and the unrealized, perhaps unrealistic, aspirations of the society. So that is the founding. And then, you can read down on the 18th and 19th, all the way to the 20th and 21st centuries. They even showed the coat of arms. And then they have a charter book, motto.
Where did you find this at?
This is on Wikipedia.
This is the same thing?
This is open
information. But I mean the Royal Society, that's what it is? That's how you...
This is the Royal Society straight out of...
And that's how you did the Wikipedias for the Royal Society. Wikipedia's Royal Society.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll post the link over here.
Oh, it's good. I mean, you can... I'm already, I was just making sure. So you have royalsociety.org. And then, okie dokie, Royal Society, Wikipedia. Okay, so not my only thing, but this right here, and when we're going even further with this whole Rosicrucianism thing, now you see here where it tells you, oh, come on, that's why I didn't want to scroll out. It tells you, they say, hold on, origins, blah, 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 blah.
2016.
There it is. Primordial tradition primordial traditions, our origins are Egypt, Brahmanic, derived from the mysteries of Eleusis and Samothrace, the Magi of Persia. Okay, you're just in my way. And the Pythagoreans and the Arabs. Okay, hold on though, right? So then we go here to this one. And why does it say it was first public notice was in early 17th century Germany?
Because that's what I was talking about. These societies were known to freaking create false information. Like, they're
on purpose to deter them.
They're an ancient society that links to the ancient Egyptians who were the all-knowing.
Look,
if you
they even
want
mentioned Atlantis.
Free, you must follow me, for we know the way.
Everything, and we got it straight from the mummies. King Tut told us.
Ancient Egyptian philosophers who taught the way of human society has come upon us and gave us the wisdom of the gods. The
god Apollo.
That's the way they were. They handed out these pamphlets to everybody. I mean, it was like, and then
how Christians do missionary work out. No offense,
they were doing it. The printing press was the greatest invention. Okay, and people don't realize that. Like when they freaking invented the printing press, information just passed everywhere.
Even if it was bogus, as long as you had the access and affordability to be able to print it, you could. But it's just tripping me out because it even mentions Atlantis, and we were literally just talking about Atlantis. See, now that's wild stuff.
That's why I brought it up on about the secret societies, or not the secret societies, but the Royal Society, because it mentioned in there, Francis Bacon. Okay.
I know.
Talking to you yesterday about Francis Bacon and creating the new Atlantis. He wrote the book, and that's really what caused the spark when it comes to Atlantis. Okay. And people they insinuate that he may have been a part of the Royal Society and also a part of the Rosicrucian, but he's also the one that I bring up whenever people say he might have also been the real William Shakespeare.
Oh, wow. Yeah. This is pretty. I like this. But I'm gonna make a sticker out of it. But
these people are, there's a good chance that these people are the ones who wrote Shakespeare's writings.
But if he wasn't even really in existence, what did they? And they do. They make up. There we go. This one. They make up people in order for people to have to take credit, or not even. Oh man, Thelma. We were just talking about the Luma. Were talking. Yes, the Lima with Aeon, the Aeon of Hearts.
And we were Kabbalistic order of the Rosy Cross.
Yes, look. Go ahead.
No, I mean right there. See how it's spelled in K? There's a difference between Kabbalah and Quabala.
And I found one that has the Q on it, and I feel like it was this one, or I might have went back on it. It was Quabala on one of them, and then it's K. And you were talking to me about how it gets interchanged incorrectly often, but it's wild because I don't think it's on this page. It's not on this page.
People misunderstand the meaning between the two. Like K is usually the secret society version of Kabbalah. Okay, and Quabala is practiced by the freaking Hasidic Jews. I mean, it's almost freaking a part of the Jewish belief system, believe it or not. I mean, you know those Jewish people that have freaking ponytails and the black hats and everything?
Yeah, but
those are Hasidic Jews, and they practice Quabala with Q. And they believe in a lot of different beliefs and stuff.
How do you spell acidic? Is it? It sounds acidic.
Acidic.
Yeah, it sounds like acidic. Yeah, it's okay. It'll correct me, or maybe it will not, but it usually does. Hasidic. Okay, dokie. I see it. Hasidic.
Hasidic is
Hasidic.
Hasidic. Yeah.
And then I see the K Kabbalah. And okay. Look at these symbols. So, wait a minute. Hold on. Because let me just see what this says. I need to split screen you. Okie dokie. This is an N at the top. No, excuse me. That's a CH. No, it's separated. So that's an H at the top. And then it's an N on the left side. And then it is another H on the bottom. And then that little dot is a Y. And that doesn't make sense. Let me see. Let me write this out for myself so I can. Come on, stop being a weirdo. My laptop or my iPad is.
Okay, here is.
Here we go. I'm listening. I just would like.
Here's a book of it. Practical Kabbalah Magic. There's other ones out too. I can share, but.
Hold on. Let me see. Can you screen share it?
No, I can post a link for you.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Oh, it's not letting me click it. Okay, let's see.
But yeah, that's the best way to go.
Those symbols are so beautiful, though. Gosh, look how pretty it is. And then if they would just expand it, and like you can connect these here with these here, it's so beautiful, so alluring. But.
I see like there the Kabbalah spelled with a Q.
And then this other one that I just saw.
Some of them I believe might have A in it. I can check a reference on that with the search engine. Because Qua. Yeah, no.
Yeah, QUA.
Kabbalah.
QUABALLAH. Hold on, I just seen that. Hold on. I'd like to know what these letters are, and like I said, it's NH. So there's two H's, and then that letter is Y. But what do
they just saturate the K version of Kabbalah? I mean, it's everywhere you look. They always find it, but that's not even the appropriate spelling for it.
Oh wow, this was cool. And see, this was developed by Aleister Crowley. The rose cross was developed by Aleister Crowley. Is here.
That is the one for the Freemasons. Now that is a separate. That is a separate order. But yeah, he did come out with the Rosy Cross for the Freemasons. And that was years after. Now see, the Rosicrucian were supposed to have left Europe and traveled to India or Asia somewhere, and they wrote a pamphlet. And it apparently hit the public and announced that they were leaving. And later on, after that had occurred, that's when Aleister Crowley developed. The Rosy Cross was around before he was there. He just took over.
It's crazy because the symbols are what I was drawn to, and I was determined to figure out what they mean, only to find out that they mean Yahweh. Now that's wild to me. Like, my brain is that's wild. I like the way I think. That's crazy that's what that led me to. That's wild, because I've been pressed about these symbols. Like, these symbols, what do they mean?
Let's see, have you ever heard of the Tree of Life?
Yeah, but you mean the traditional Tree of Life, or is there an actual, like... I would like to say yes, and then you're going to tell me how I know nothing about it.
Practical Kabbalah. Okay, it involves the Tree of Life, and that's in the Western Mysteries traditions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, but that's basically what that is. It's basically that's what it is. It's they use it like a spiritual philosophy, magical practices and stuff like that. It's That's the best way I could explain it. They have you ever heard of a book called Cave of Lilith?
Yeah, I heard of the Cave. I didn't hear of the book. I heard of the Cave of Lilith. Like maybe it was a book, and that's how I know. But no, it's something else. And she's like a scary person, but she's not scary in real life.
No. The Hasidic Jews have a lot of lore, and
yeah, I heard of supernatural. Go ahead.
That is reflected in a book that was made by the Cave of Lilith, and it has a lot of the Jewish folklore and everything in it, with their mysticism. And Kabbalah is where all of that mysticism comes from. Like, have you ever heard of a golem?
A golem? No, I never heard of that.
Golem is like you can create a being that looks like a human, and you can do it by using mud.
What? Golem?
Yeah.
Let's look at this then.
But these are magical beliefs. Golem is Golem, I believe is
I spelled it wrong.
It's a G-U-L.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Golem.
Mm-hmm.
The Golem.
No, that's wrong. I spelled it wrong. Golem meaning.
Me.
My flower rose, sweetheart, Turkish. G-U-L-U-M? Yeah, it's saying it's
it's
Turkish.
G-O-L-L-U-M. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, him. I remember him in Harry Potter.
Now don't mistake those.
I was just saying, we're on number 4.
We're not talking about Lord of the Rings and freaking Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, Kwame, or what was his name? Kwame, what was his name? Oh, and he just tells, but you, Mr. Potter, Miss Harry Potter, yeah. What's his name? I don't remember. Christian? No, it's not Christian. But no, it's not this guy. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Yeah, it's the Store Hobbit. Yeah. Oh, it's in the Lord of the Rings. I thought there's one of them in Harry Potter too.
I am Smeagol. Smeagol. Hello, Smeagol.
Okay, so how do I find like the real information? Because apparently society only wants. There it is. No, it's still talking about that.
The Jewish Golem.
Was it really the Lord of the Rings? I don't think I watched that.
Golem, G-O-L-E-M, I believe. Jewish Golem.
G-O-L-E-M. Jewish Golem. There it is. Yeah.
And I'll share that in the link too. So.
Oh, it says it's in the Bible. A creature formed out of a lifeless substance such as dust or earth that is brought to life by ritual incantations and sequence of Hebrew letters.
Yep. Some pretty cool shit.
Work his forces for good, providing service and protection. Other golems are forces of evil. There's a bunch of them walking around the house. If they're just
see that first picture right there?
Let me see. Oh, you want me to go back to my hand? I thought you were sharing me something. Mm-hmm. This one at the top right here?
Yeah, that's the first picture in the search results right there that you went through.
Yeah.
That one is in the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It's an animated anthropomorphic being in Jewish folklore. Now hold on for a second. I gotta help my mom.
Okay. Oh, I should boil some eggs while you do that. Oh. I think it's so sweet. Gotta help my mom. Good guys, help their mom. is going to have to result in a very interesting edit because while you were helping your mom, I'm like, oh, and I'm going to boil some eggs. So you have to fix that one. I had the urge for boiled eggs like all day, and now I was like, oh, well, I'll just do that while you do that. But go ahead. It was just funny because I can imagine, like, listening to it live, like, okay, I got to go help my mom. Okay, I'm going to go boil some eggs. It's kind of like, no, back to the golem. Like, no.
All right. It's supposed to be an anthropomorphic being in Jewish folklore, which is entirely created from inanimate matter, usually clay or mud. The most famous golem narrative involves Judah Lew ben Bezalel in late 16th century, rabbi of Prague. According to Moment magazine, a golem is a highly mutable metaphor with seemingly limitless symbolism. It can be a victim or villain, man or woman, or something, or sometimes both. Over the century, it has been used to connote war, community, isolation, hope, and despair. And it says that the golem occurs once in the Bible in Psalms 139:16, which uses the word golmai, my golem. That means my life form, raw material, connoting the unfinished human being before God's eye. The Mishnah uses the term for an uncultivated person. 7 characteristics are in an uncultivated person and 7 in a learned one. About 5-7 in the Hebrew text. English translations vary. In modern Hebrew, golem is used to mean dumb or helpless or a pupa. Similarly, it is often used today as a metaphor for a mindless lunk or entity that serves a man under controlled conditions, but is hostile to him under other conditions. Golems passed into Yiddish as goylem to mean someone who is lethargic or beneath a stupor. That's probably where the word goy came from, Goya.
Like a Goya bean?
It could be. It could be where the word originated. But it's interesting. But yeah, that is the good stuff right there.
Yeah.
And see, this is where all this stuff originates from. It comes out of these old texts from the 16th century or 1600s.
A Polish Kabbalist, but now it's spelled with a K. It's written in about 1530. Do you believe they're real?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to experience.
I know a lot of people do have their beliefs in it. You know what I mean? And I don't ever want to discard anybody's belief systems. There's a lot of people who do believe that it does exist. You know.
Yeah, and they might have experienced something and you just have not yet.
So I would rather. I'd rather have an open mind about it. It's just like with UFOs or ghosts and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, answers. Yeah, like just maintaining an open mind because some people have.
I kind of delved into that with the Dybbuk.
What's that? The Dybbuk?
Yeah. Livik is it's an interesting spirit that the Jews believe in. It's pretty crazy. I'll be right back, alright? Do you hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't want to subscribe. And just folklore and popular belief in evil spirit which enters into a living person, cleaves to his soul, causes mental illness, talks to his mouth. That's so crazy. That's crazy. And even talks out of their mouth, and it's crazy. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Oh, excuse me, baby. Hi, my baby. I apologize. I apologize.
Alright, I'm back. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Found
You
the
said
Divik.
Divik? Well, I don't know because what I think I found.
What you were just
Is
showing. Yeah.
But it says
Yeah.
debug.
That's how it's pronounced.
Oh, debug.
You actually have
Okay.
two spellings there too. You want to read that?
Okay. In Jewish folklore and popular belief, I was starting to read while you're going, but I figured I should wait. In Jewish folklore and popular belief, an evil spirit which enters into a living person cleaves to his soul, causes mental illness, talks through his mouth, and represents a separate and alien personality is called a dibuk. The term appears neither in Talmudic literature nor in the Kabbalah, where this phenomenon is always called evil spirit. In Talmudic literature, it is sometimes called Ra'a Taziatzit, and in the New Testament, unclean spirit. The term was introduced into literature only in the 17th century from the spoken language of German and Polish Jews. It is an abbreviation of Dibik Mirvura Ra, a cleavage of an evil spirit. Rahaha, Ra, yeah. A cleavage of an evil spirit. Or Dibuk Minhazi Onima, yeah, Mihazi no, or Dibuk Minhahizonim, Dibuk from the outside, which is found in man. The act of attachment of the spirit to the body became the name of the spirit itself. However, the verb devak, cleave, is found throughout Kabbalistic literature where it denotes the relation between the evil spirit and the body. Mitadabek, mit, Mitdabekatet, yeah. Mitdabekatet,
Beckett.
Mit the back okay. Mit the backhead. Okay, there we go. Mit the backhead. Well, it cleaves itself to I'm gonna have to go back to grammar. Itself to him. Stories about Debukim are common in the time of the Second Temple and the Talmudic periods. Oh, those are my eggs. Particularly in the Gospels. They are not as prominent in medieval literature as at first. Wait, excuse me. In medieval literature. At first, the Dybbuk was considered to be a devil or demon which entered the body of a sick person. Later, an explanation common among other peoples was added, namely that some of the Debukim are the spirits of dead persons who were not laid to rest. Debukim are the spirits of dead persons who were not laid to rest and thus became demons. This idea also common in medieval Christianity, combined with the doctrine of Gilgal, transmigration of the soul,
Yeah,
in the 16th century and became widespread and accepted by large segments of the Gilgal,
Gilgal.
in the 16th century and became widespread.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Gilgal. What am I saying? Yeah, I can hear you. I don't think you can hear me. I think we're being intercepted though. I hear a lot of voices when you're not here. There's a lot of voices, and I can tell you have a TV or some type of frequency transmitter in the background, so maybe your radio or something. But it's not those voices that I'm talking about. And within here, I can hear people, and it's more like an assessment. But I don't know. I have voices in my head too.
No.
Yeah, I'm just crazy. So I kind of charge it to the game at this point now.
The
And
playback
then,
is getting latency is what's going on. It's like I had to turn.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I had to turn the application for the OBS browser page off. I had to mute it.
Denuded spirits, they sought refuge in the bodies of living persons. See, that's interesting. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, that there's some crazy stuff going on with what you got going on. But I mean, like, neither here nor there with that point. I was just saying that that's what might be why you don't hear me sometimes, and I hear you, and then other times it's hard for you to hear me. But it's even saying on here.
I'm hearing
Oh, you
you
hear me?
fine.
Okay, good. Because I know my Wi-Fi was tripping today. Now I have to enter my passcode.
But yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
But It's just the fact that they were saying that, okay, the person was a sign of having committed a secret sin,
Yeah.
which opened a door for the Dybbuk. Oh,
Now
denuded. So it was basically people that did bad stuff. They got haunted.
the Gilgal too is
Manus Ben
completely
Israel.
separate.
I know somebody named Manus Ben. I used to work for him.
Yeah.
Manus say Ben.
It's some pretty intense stuff, man. I mean, that's something that really.
Man, that's wild. You have no idea how wild this stuff gets when, like,
Yeah.
I read it and we go over it.
This is freaking old stuff too. This isn't something that it was even around or started in the 19th century. They were practicing this stuff back in the 19th
Causes
century.
hysteria and sometimes even manifestations of schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm. Some pretty interesting stuff, huh?
The 16th century. Yeah, I was seeing it here. The end of the 17th century, which means, yeah, 1560. That's the 16th from 1560. That's just crazy. But see, that's okay. So what would cause stop? And I mean, if that's what people were on at one point in time, what would be the reason for it to all of a sudden just disappear?
It hasn't.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The Jews behind the Dybbuk box. You see this box thingy?
Yep.
You see one of the. What is this nonsense? You see? Oh, Atlantic City. That's some pop-up stuff. Do you see this here?
I've done a story on that.
That looks like a hookah and a wine glass. That looks like wine glass and a hookah. You see in the back left, and then it looks like heroin needles. I could be wrong.
You are hearing me, right? Huh?
Is it on one of your pages? Because I follow all your pages now.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on my strange stories. I've got the entire story.
I was asking you, is your story on one of your pages?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay off the internet. I'm done screen sharing because every.
You're okay. Here, I gotta turn that back on so I can hear myself talk. You're okay. Here, I gotta turn that back on so I can.
You said you had the entire story on your YouTube. Oh.
Yeah.
But see, when I was doing that thing, it was like you couldn't hear me, so I thought that was what was causing the transmission because I keep going back and forth between screens, and I was attempting to listen to you.
I've got freaking latency from hell. So like when I say something, it takes like 5 seconds. I've got freaking latency from hell. So like when I say something, it takes like 5 seconds to say it. After I say it.
Oh, that's why it sounds like you cannot hear me. I cannot hear you. That's what that's called, latency. I always call it the echo. Okie dokie, that makes sense now. After I say it, isn't it?
So we've got some pretty good information and stuff. We should probably we've got some pretty good information and stuff. We should probably call it quits right now because this latency and everything's gonna end up screwing up.
Wait, what? Oh wow, is it really that late already? Yeah. I'm like, we just started. You're serious though. It's almost time to
Well, I mean, this latency is gonna really mess this whole thing up.
Okay.
It's probably.
Alrighty, well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow for conspiracy. Wait, no, today is conspiracy. What's the strangeness
tomorrow? Anyhow, because we're like right.
Are we gonna be able to keep it?
Yeah, it sounds like it should be good.
Yes, though. It's some time.
Well, I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's actually coming out.
Okay.
Right. So.
Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow for the round table.
Yeah. And that's going to be a good one too because I've done some research and I think we're going to have a pretty good conversation. You there?
Yeah, I do. And then do we have any interviews on Saturday? Yeah, I'm here. I'm talking. Do you have any interviews on Saturday?
The Drew Gamer is going to be on Saturday. He's going to be interviewed for retro gaming. He does Dragon's Quest. So we're going to be interviewing him. He's also the guy who helped me develop Rapid Revenge against Rapid Glitch. So you're going to be able to hear the other side of the story when it comes to Rapid's Revenge.
And that's this Saturday?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, I'll be prepared. When we do interviews, I prefer to be on camera, and with Roundtable, prefer to be on camera. I feel it's a more direct feel. But my thing was on last week, I had like a plethora or whirlwind of disappointment that I had to correct in the process of last week. But on interviews, I just think it's more professional side. So I'm just making sure I know.
I can barely hear you.
I'm right here by my phone.
Okay.
I'm talking right here. I'm done. It's probably the thing, the recording. So tomorrow
I could hear like a bunch of stuff moving, but
there's nothing moving. I'm sitting on the couch. That's wild. Yeah, it's just my phone. Yeah, my phone's hacked. People tap my phone so they can see what I have going on, cause disturbances, and get in the way. They do that a lot, but I'm used to it now. So.
But yeah, we can get back to this and everything. The links and everything, I'm gonna click on those and then I'll add those onto the live chat, so that if anybody
no, that's a good idea.
If anybody wants to see it, they can, and we can. We'll have the Minds community tomorrow. I think it's going to be at 12 again. I don't know. I'll see.
Okay.
That 12 o'clock thing. I don't know how everybody feels about it. I know Tan has an issue with it.
Oh, he wants it later? Would he like it later?
I think he's wanting it later. He says that every other week he's going to be in work in a meeting. So I told him if he wants me to, I could do the announcing and stuff on every other week, you know.
Yeah, and then he can just pull up whenever he's available. Yeah. And in March, that would be good to get him again. Bashi was good, but I think she said last week she would not make it this week. I would like to see if we could get Moose back, Do Better back, Old John, you were saying, Old John, and then John G, and like, maybe you should circulate that today, that you're doing a roundtable tomorrow, instead of waiting until right before, and then put it on your page, and I'll remind you so that people can pull up.
I was surprised by last week. It actually turned out pretty good.
It was beautiful. It just keeps getting better. That's why I see that it can go really, really far. And then you said even other people started incorporating the same type of concepts. So that'll be good because that's the whole point, is to get people familiar with the platform, get questions answered. Like I said, overall would like it to be more of a community thing, to where it's like a central location you can go get your answers. That way the answers don't wishy-washy, flip-flop too much. When you have like a bunch of people doing the same thing, it kind of makes it to where it's so oversaturated. You don't really know who's presenting real information or misinformation. So if and Bill, tag Bill Ottoman and as well, and see if we can get him on it. Yeah. Or is it Bob? I don't know his name. Is it Bill or Bob? Bill? Yeah, it's Bill. Yeah, him. You should tag him
too. So you can do his brother Jack too. He'd probably be a good guest on there to show up and maybe tell everybody a little bit.
So let's tag them tonight. Let's okay. Yeah, let's kind of, if you put a main thing for just an announcement about it, I'll recirculate it and I'll tag people and ask them. You know what I mean? Like if you do the base, I'll kind of, look, yeah, guys, this is where we're going. So they know it's not mine. So they know it's coming from you. And I guess I can say on Roger, but I want them to know where to get it. Like where to find us at. And this is where you find us. And this is Roger's stuff. And then look, you can look on his page. We've done this before. And now you can help us.
I mentioned it before, but it's kind of true though. We might want to just start calling you my co-host, you know what I mean? Because you've been helping out quite a bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, cool. I think that's funny. It's funny. Yeah. I sometimes I feel like, and I'm like, I have to go to my show. I have to go to our show. And I always feel like when I'm out, and I'm like, no, I have to do my show at 6. And then like, what are your shows on? And then I elaborate like, well, I help, I help on the show, but I don't really. I sometimes maybe I say co-host, but I don't think so. But like, if I elaborate on it, I always make sure they know it's yours, and I just kind of go there to help. And yeah, like just because I mean, it's cool. It's like, especially with like the interviews, you let me ask questions. So I feel like I mean, that's cool. And then there's a lot of stuff I do not know, so I have tons of questions, and so that just makes it more like to where it's just more interactive, at least to me personally. And then even with the stuff that you're teaching me, it like, I don't know, it just makes it fun for me. So
See,
I don't know, it's
that's
cool.
kind of what I was trying to get at when it comes to like old shows that were done by Art Bell. You know what I mean? He was one of those people that a lot of radio announcers wish to freaking be, because he was laid back. He didn't. I mean, the only thing he had problems with was the phone. You know what I mean? If he was taking phone calls, he expected you to respect the order when it came to taking, you know, and saying something. And he always wanted you to tell everybody where you were located and where you were from. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It was important to him. But other than that, when it come to him doing radio, he was a laid-back guy. I mean, he could talk about anything, and it wasn't a matter of trying to get everything formal and stuff like that. He just wanted to hear your story, basically, you know, and I like that, and that's kind of the thing I want. You know?
You're the most consistent person I've met on Minds. Every single day you show up. Every single day you share your information with all the groups, like as it pertains to like that I've met. I'm not saying you're the most consistent person on Minds, because I don't know everyone on Minds, but the most consistent person I have encountered on Minds is you, and I love it because I aspire, and you even encourage me. Like, I'm doing a show tonight, but Minds I do it during the witching hours, so like it'll be really tomorrow night, like in the middle of the night type thing. But it's so wild to me because like I've been so much more motivated to do what I was doing for years, ever since like me and you started doing it again, like since I started doing it again with you. But I just love it. Like, you put your information in here, they can know what we've learned about, they have access to what we learned about. I don't know, I love it. 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 That's like you showing up to your shows.
Well, it's like I told you, and I said it to Pecos Dave too. I was like, if you guys ever need my help, you let me know. Okay. I mean,
I still need your help on being able to stream live on mine. So I found another platform that I'm going to attempt to stream live on as well. But I've been streaming on Twitter and I stream on Bigo. But on my computer, I signed up for LiveSpear. But for whatever reason, when I go to attempt to enter that code thingy, I am not sure what I'm supposed to do. Like, I have no clue as to what I'm supposed to do in order for me to get it.
You're talking about, are you using OBS?
No, I don't have that. I just have LiveSpear.
Okay. Yeah, now be careful.
Do I have to have OBS?
When you use the browser for LiveSpear, it causes a lot of issues. Like I tried to give it a try a couple times, and it does cause issues. We can go over it and stuff and try to work on it together. Me and Tan do that all the time too. Like, he'll help me go through and make sure the resolution and the audio is alright.
Yeah, it never does it to where it streams direct.
I can do that.
We record it. Oh, okay, cool. Because it only lets me record it, and then now, like, I don't even know how to get access to the one that I recorded on there, so I just stopped using it. And then Minds does not let. I want to live stream on Minds, because it only lets me do 15 minutes of video, and all my videos are like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, how much time we got now? Okay, we're on an hour and a half, so that's fine. Be honest with you, because I only need freaking another half an hour, and I'll have the entire schedule for Saturday taken care of on the 8-hour video. But I don't want to really damage the stream. I have a feeling we're gonna have like a lot of feedback.
and then us talking over each other because you think I cannot hear you and I think you cannot hear me. So I understand. I'll let you get to your editing. I have to do coding. We finished all of our classwork except coding, so I'll do that so I can do my hair because I'm gonna do my hair tonight, and so I can look cute for my show tonight. And then I'll do my hair and my lashes and stuff. And then yeah, so kidoki, I'll let you do your thing.
All right.
Have a good night. Be safe. Thank you.
You too. And thanks for being here. I'd like to thank everybody else too for showing up or listening. If you enjoyed, please make a comment. I'd love to hear people talk. So thanks for watching the video. If you have, make comments. We're in the chat, everything. So I will talk to you later. Bye.